Good morning students, welcome to the online class of computer. Today we are going to start chapter number 1, history of computer. So all of you know that when the computer is now a machine, okay? It is a very good machine for calculation, but before the invention of computer there were some machines made before the invention of computer. So it was not directly made, it took a very long period. So let us see what is history of computers. A short history of invention is given below. So these were the apparatus, these were the machines made before computer: abacus, Napier bones, Pascaline, punch cards, analytical engine, Mark 1 computer. Okay, so these were the machines. So first one is we are going to see is abacus. Now see here, this is the device which was used where bits were arranged. Okay, abacus was the first device for calculations. It is used by the Chinese at present. Beads are arranged. Many simple calculation can be performed by moving the beads in particular position. Okay, and an expert abacus can perform fast calculation than even a computer. So this is the abacus where beads are arranged. You can see here in the diagram. So it was the first device for calculation, and it is currently used in China at present, and it is divided into two parts where beads are arranged. Okay, so this is the information regarding abacus. So now let us see the second machine, which is Napier bones. Okay, so students, you can see here Napier bones. This is the picture of the Napier bones. Okay, so it was used for calculations, right? Let us see its specification. Who invented this? A Scottish mathematician, John Napier, invented logarithm in 16th century, and he invented Napier bones. Okay, so this was the scientist John Napier who invented logarithm and Napier bones also. Okay, in the 16th century. Using Napier bones, a complex calculation of multiplication and division can be performed by addition and subtraction. Okay, so addition and subtraction can be done by this machine. So this is the calculating machine used for addition and subtraction. Okay, now next machine which we are going to see is Pascaline, that is Pascal mechanical calculator, that is called Pascaline. You can see the picture of this machine. Okay, Pascal mechanical calculator Pascaline. A French scientist, Pascal, developed this machine in 1645 at the age of 22. So French scientist Pascal developed this machine in 1645 when he was 22 years old. It is used for text calculation, and this machine is known as Pascaline. Okay, this machine for use for text calculation, and this was what the name was of the machine. The name of the machine is Pascaline. It performs addition and subtraction very easily. So this machine was used for addition and subtraction. It was a very good machine. What was the name of the machine? Pascaline. Okay students, now next picture is of punch card. So you can see this is a punch card where holes are there. So this was also another good invention. Who invented this? A French engineer and architect, Joseph Marie Jacquard, invented punch card during 1801. Okay, so in the 18th century it was prepared by a French scientist. Okay, punch card. The data can be stored in punch card by making holes at a particular position. So the information which we want to store in this punch card can be used with the particular by making holes in that a particular position. So holes were put in this machine to store the data. Okay, it was the first device for storing data. This was the first device for storing data. It was used extensively from 1900 to 1950. Okay, so students, you can see here this was a punch card was a storage device, and it was used between the 1900 to 1950. IBM company was making around 10 lakhs punch card every day. So IBM was making this punch card 10 lakhs per day. Okay, so every day 10 lakhs punch card were made through IBM company. Now next is analytical engine. This is the picture of the analytical engine. Okay, so it is a very important invention, and it was used as a, this design was used for the computer, right? The design of a mechanical calculator was made by mathematician Charles Babbage during 19th century. So during the 19th century, this mechanical computer was designed by Charles Babbage. So design was ready at that time. But because of lack of financial and government support, Charles could not make it till his death in 1871. So he has a financial problem, and government also didn't supported the Charles Babbage, so he cannot make it, and he was died at the age in the year of 1871. After death, his son developed this machine. Charles Babbage is known as the father of computer because his concept played an important role. So after his death, his son made this machine, and Charles Babbage is also known as the father of computer because of his concept. Okay, because he has given the idea of the modern computer. He used punch card to hold computed number for further reference. Okay, so he was using the punch card for storing the data. Babbage called the two main parts of analytical engine as store and meal, which were the same as memory and CPU of modern computer. So Charles Babbage of machine name was analytical engine, and he has two main parts, store and meal. Okay, which is same as your CPU and memory of your computer. Now next machine which we are going to study is Mark 1. So this is another big computer. Now we are going to learn about Mark 1. So what is a Mark 1? You can see it is a computer which was the size of a room. It was a very big computer. Okay students. So what is Mark 1? An American scientist named Howard Icahn developed a big room size calculating machine in 1944. So there was an American scientist named Howard Icahn who developed a big room size calculating machine in 1944. This machine is known as Mark 1. So it was the size of the room. It was a very big machine, and its name was Mark 1. Around 7,65,000 components were used to build Mark 1. Long wires that measured up to thousands of kilometers were used in it. The weight has more than 4,500 kilos. This was the first programmable computer. Miss Grace Hopper was the first lady to write programs for Mark 1 computer. So this was the specification of Mark 1. It was invented by a scientist, American scientist Howard Icahn in 1944. It is known as Mark 1, and around 7,65,000 components were used to build Mark 1, and long wires were used of thousands of kilometer long wires were used to build this thing. Okay, and the weight was 4,500 kilos, and it was first programmable computer. So everybody has can program it. Okay, so Miss Grace Hopper was the first lady to write programs for Mark 1 computer. Next one is ENIAC, electronic numerical integrated and calculator. So this was another computer after Mark 1. It was developed by John Macleay and J.P. Excott at the University of Pennsylvania in 1946. So this was the first computer made by John Macleay and J.P. Excott at the University of Pennsylvania in 1946. It was the first digital computer of the world. The expense to make ENIAC was $5 million at that time. So this was developed by John Macleay and JP Expert in 1946. Okay, it was developed by John Macleay and JP Expert at University of Pennsylvania in 1946. It was the first digital computer of the world. And what was the expense of building this computer? It was $5 million at that time. Now let us see what the components were used to make ENAC. ENAC को build करने के लिए कौन से component लगे, that we are going to see. Vacuum tubes 1800, sorry 1800, diodes 7000, resistor 70,000, capacitor 10,000, and switches 16,000. So this much were used for creating the ENAC computer. ENAC. Many water coolers were used to cool down the heat generated by thousands of components used by ENAC. Okay, so various water coolers were used to cool down this machine, otherwise it will take heat and fire will be generated from this component. So water coolers were used to cool down the heat. ENAC was able to do around 5000 addition, subtraction, or 350 multiplication and division in a second. So this was the computer this computer was used to do 5000 addition as subtraction and 350 multiplication and division in a second. Now next computer which we are going to study is EDVAC. You can see the picture on your mobile. This is the diagram of EDVAC computer. This was not very big, but it was big in size. Okay. EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. It was the full form of EDVAC. The design work was proposed by John Macleay and JP Expert in 1944 before the ENAC was fully operational. Macleay and Expert were joined by John von Neumann in a consulting role for the development of EDVAC. So John Macleay and JP Expert were joined by John von Neumann for consulting role for development of EDVAC. So three scientists were joined together for making this machine. EDVAC was a binary computer and was used from 1951 to 1961. It was proved reliable and productive. The main difference between ENAC and EDVAC was that with ENAC, if you wanted to complete certain tasks, you need to change different vacuum tubes, whereas with EDVAC, it can be programmed and user didn't have to tamper with hardware. So the best thing between ENAC and EDVAC is, in ENAC you have to change the hardware again and again, vacuum tubes and that, and with EDVAC it was not that you have to change the hardware. Okay, it can be programmed. EDVAC can be programmed very easily. During 1960s, IBM grew very dominant and was selling more computers than any other company. So IBM was selling at that time, 1960, it was making more computers at that time. Till 1980, IBM was the only company selling highest number of computers. Around 1980, IBM approached Microsoft to develop software for their computer. Microsoft developed PC-DOS for IBM and kept the copyright with them. So IBM was the company who was making the computer and selling the highest computer. Okay, so and IBM approaches Microsoft. Microsoft is also a company for it is preparing software. Okay, and nowadays also mostly software we are using is from the Microsoft company. So IBM company approached Microsoft to develop the softwares for their computers. Microsoft developed PC-DOS for IBM and kept the copyright with them. Okay, so Microsoft created PC-DOS software and they have the copyright with them. So within the couple of years, DOS was very famous and Bill Gates would become the richest person in the world. Okay, so the owner of the Microsoft company is Bill Gates. So Bill Gates is the richest person now, because he was selling the software from that time till today. Okay, So Microsoft has dominate the market and developed software like Windows operating system and Microsoft Office, which we are using today. So the software which we are using, Word, Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, is all are prepared by Bill Gates, which we are using and we are learning. So this was our lecture. Okay, so this this was the end of the first chapter. Hope you enjoyed well. So read this chapter one more time and stay home, stay safe. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you.